welcome back to another video. I just got back from traveling again, so I was in Hong Kong and then I was in Amsterdam, where I actually got to meet a ton of you guys. It's always very motivating, really uplifting and inspiring to get to see you guys and to hug you and to hear your stories. It just makes me super happy to actually like see you guys. So thank you so much if you ever come out to meet me at any sort of events, and thank you to Gymshark for actually putting the events together. Not everyone has the opportunity to do that, so that's really cool. Anyways, you may have noticed that I'm sitting in front of a giant table full of food and groceries, so that's what I'm going to be talking about today. If you hear weird noises in the background, by the way, it's Bill chewing on a bone that I bought him. Yeah, so today's video is going to be a grocery haul, a giant grocery haul. When I got back from being away, my cupboards and my fridge were like completely empty, so I really needed to stock up. I have some goals to, first of all, make my meals at home, which is something that I've definitely been really good at since the beginning of this year. That was a resolution of mine. I just prefer to actually see what's going in my food. A lot easier to stay on track and ensure that it is actually healthy when you make it yourself. I'm being a little bit more strict. I do have goals to lean out right now. I really want to sort of fill out my muscles, grow my muscles a little bit, and just try to tighten up in areas where I store fat more often. You could say problem areas. Everyone stores more fat in some areas, and it just depends person to person. And when I eat super healthy, all while working out and building my muscles, that's when I will see a decrease in fat in the areas that probably only I notice, but you guys know what I mean. Right now, I want to talk about all of these beautiful groceries behind me. Feels so good when you have an empty fridge and then you buy everything completely new and fresh. So to be honest, guys, I wouldn't usually buy this much food every single time I go to the grocery store. I will usually do a giant food shop once a month where I'll stock up on all of my like pantry items, things that I can freeze, whereas the other half of the stuff is fresh food, and that stuff I will buy 1 to 2 times per week. But I just wanted to get everything all at once to go through with you guys one by one and show you what I eat. I've actually been posting a lot of my meals recently over on my Instagram stories, so if you want healthy meal ideas, you should definitely go follow me on Instagram. But you guys have been loving it. I've gotten tons of messages saying that it's been really helpful, but I've also gotten so many DMs asking for more details. So yeah, that is what inspired this video. So hopefully this is helpful for you guys and answers a few of your questions. I kind of buy the same things every single time. I found what foods work for me, what meals that I like to eat. And honestly, for me, simple is better. That way I don't have to constantly think of new meal ideas. I kind of cycle and rotate between a few of my favorites. So I'm really loving the foods that I eat. I feel super healthy and just really good. Oh my god, you guys, there's so much, but I'm excited to go through it all with you. What's taking up the most space here is the fresh produce, so I try to eat and base my diet mostly around this. I am going to start with the meats though, because it's weirding me out that they've been out of the fridge for this long, but I don't want you to feel like this is a main focus, because it's not. I do try to eat a lean protein source with every single meal. I am relying more on seafood, which, you know, seafood isn't perfect either, but this is just what I prefer. I also do eat eggs for breakfast, but otherwise I try to minimize any chicken. Rarely ever have beef, and I don't have pork. This is mostly for Ben. I try not to have it every day, but it is a protein source that I still rely on. Chicken breast mini fillets tend to be more tender and a lot easier to cook. I have some chicken sausages. I don't think I'm gonna get to eating these right away, so I think I'm gonna freeze them for now, but I like these ones because they don't have any additives in it. They're just chicken. Some of the flavored ones have dairy and cheese and stuff added. I have some turkey meatballs. I think I'm just making like a turkey meatballs and spaghetti type meal, and then if I like that, then I might start buying it on my own and making my own meatballs so I can just like season them myself. These are really good for when I'm making breakfast sandwiches, because honestly it takes me a long time to get through a pack, but it's just a nice option for when I'm craving a club sandwich type thing. Fresh salmon, I like to bake this. I can show you guys in a video how I do that. This is a really nice healthy meal, and I'll usually have that for dinner with rice and green vegetables. I also get smoked salmon, so I try to minimize the amount of deli style meat that I consume because there's nitrates in it. Of course, salmon is super healthy. It's got a ton of omegas in it, and salmon is a fattier fish, so if you do consume enough salmon, then you actually don't have to take fish oil supplements. So it's the EPA and DHA in that makes it really good for you. I love having smoked salmon for breakfast sometimes, and I have cream cheese / soft cheese alternative, and I'll make a little sandwich. It's really good. I do rely on prawns a lot for protein, and I'll tend to get some plain and some flavored ones. I like to make salads with these. I like to put them on vegan pizza. There's a lot you can do with these. They're very versatile. I did also get some vegetarian meat alternatives. These are so good. Not sure if I can get through them, so I'm gonna throw those in the freezer. I do get a ton of tuna. I know that tuna isn't the best because it does contain mercury, but I just love tuna so much, and it's such a great source of proteins. You don't want to get it in oil because then you're just making a lean meat like really fatty for no reason. So I do like to get spring water. I like to make a tuna salad with pasta, and then I love to make a tuna jacket potato, which is an English food that I learned since I moved here. Next up, we have some eggs. This is another pretty big source of protein for me, so I will have usually 2 of these in the morning, and I do have the whole egg because I'm trying to eat more healthy fats lately. Usually I would minimize them, especially when I was trying to lean out, but not no more. We're about health here. We go through these really quickly because I'm having 2 in the morning, and so is Ben. Okay, so now I'm gonna talk you guys through my dairy alternatives. So this is everything that I will buy for a week to 2 weeks. I have been an almond milk girl for like years now. Yeah, I drink a lot of this, and I actually got Ben to switch to this as well. So there's lots of reasons why you should avoid dairy, and then of course just make sure you're having enough calcium. These are fortified. I drink a lot of almond milk because I find that it doesn't have a flavor, and I use that as a milk substitute for everything. And then I also just recently bought this coconut milk because I've been wanting to try coconut milk more in smoothies and things, and I got the unsweetened of that too. I just love dairy, so I need my dairy alternatives. For yogurt, I have coconut yogurt. This is a really good one if you have any soy allergies or you want to avoid soy. I personally can't have too much soy. That's another thing that I learned from going vegan for a week. This one is actually a soy one. Usually mix this with that, and that way I can get the flavor from this one without too much soy, and also this tends to be overly sweet, so that's a nice mixture. If you guys saw my granola bowls that I post like every day on Instagram, this is the yogurt combo that I use. Okay, these are my personal favorite vegan cheese slice alternatives. If you make a grilled cheese / a toasty sandwich, I honestly can't tell the difference. It really reminds me of just like regular cheese slices. Creme fraiche, so this is similar to a sour cream. This would be good if say you're making tacos and you want to have a sour cream substitute. Try an oat milk one. High protein yogurts, again, these are soy, so I try not to have too much. Here are my soft cheese alternatives. The BioLife is honestly just a good brand. Like their stuff always tastes really good. Free from Sainsbury's brand tends not to taste the best, so we'll see how that goes. I'll let you guys know. I just wanted a non-flavored one. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to talk to you guys about was this vegan pizza. I put prawns on this, and I took a picture of this and put it on my Instagram, and you guys were asking about it like crazy. I found this at my local grocery store. I shop at Sainsbury's. This is literally so good, and I was scared to try vegan cheese for the longest time. This completely like changed my mind on it. It's hard to even tell that it's vegan, honestly. It's just a quick and easy meal option. I'm gonna walk you through the things that I consume the most for carbs. So I do try to have balanced meals with lean protein source, healthy fats, and lean carbs. So when I say lean, it just means low fat. I try to have whole grain, slow digesting carbs. It ensures that I don't have a blood sugar / energy spike and then crash, which I definitely find that I do if I have cereals, white bread, white pasta, especially in the morning. I try to have my protein first and then my whole grain carbs, and I try to avoid anything like super sugary. That's actually really important if you do suffer with anxiety or depression. You really want to avoid that blood sugar crash because that makes symptoms a lot worse, and plus it's just healthier. For breakfast, I will have either of these. I tend to have a granola. This brand actually makes granola that is pretty low fat. This is really good with the fruit and the yogurt bowls you guys saw on my Instagram. But I also do have a lot of oats blended to smoothies. If I make myself a bowl of oats, then I really love to have the multigrain ones, but these ones you have to cook stovetop. So it's got spelt and quinoa in it, and these are just really yummy with almond milk and banana. I do have bread every so often, maybe like no more than once a day. It's not like there's anything wrong with bread. I just like to have a variety of food. I like to have the seeded kind. It's just kind of like multigrain. This bread is gluten-free bread, and I actually bought this for Ben because we discovered that he most likely has a gluten intolerance. Not everyone will have an issue with gluten, an issue with soy, an issue with like I have fiber and beans and stuff. It is just really important to take note of how you feel with things that you eat. Like, you're the only one who can determine what agrees with your body and what doesn't. So just keep it in mind, and there's so many options nowadays. It's not that hard to eliminate things from your diet that are causing you issues. Next is the pasta. So I do have pasta like fairly often. I like to have the whole grain version. I just love the taste of it, and it fills me up faster. I don't have to have as much, but I do also buy this white with added fiber, and that's the kind that Ben will have. We've got it for the spaghetti too. Every so often we will make fajitas or tacos, so I like to have some options for that. I personally prefer corn tacos, and Ben likes the flour one. So next up are rice and grain options. I actually prefer to have the brown rice if I'm going to have rice. Again, it just fills you up without having to have as much, and that way I actually get less bloated if I'm having the like whole grain versions. I also did get some green lentils to try. I'm probably going to be sensitive to these, so I can mix that in with other grains. I got some red and white quinoa, so got some Thai style grains, which I've never seen before. Okay, so wheat berries, bulgur wheat, and quinoa. Another carb source that I have super frequently is potatoes. I could actually eat sweet potato every single day. It's so delicious and so healthy. I'm pretty sure that there isn't much difference in terms of nutritional value for sweet potato versus white potato, and unlike other white carb sources, potatoes for some reason are really slow to digest. You won't get an energy spike and then a crash with them like you would white bread. So they are a really good alternative, and sometimes I just really like having a baked white potato. Moving on to some of my pantry items. As I mentioned, I honestly cannot eat that many beans, but I love the flavor of these. I really like to have these with that jacket potato meal. I can only eat half of these at one time. I also do get some black beans, so I like to fry these up and put these if I have any sort of Mexican burrito bowl. I like to cook with this posada. So there's this one recipe that I make. I picked up some coconut milk. I like to just have this in my pantry just in case I want to make a red curry. I did also get some sweet corn, just another thing that I like to have in my pantry. I like to have this if I have burrito bowls, and also if I make a tuna pasta salad. This is my fave tomato sauce, so if I'm going to be making a homemade spaghetti, which I think I showed you guys in a video before, then this is the kind that I like to use. A lot of low-fat mayos have dairy in them, so definitely check the ingredients if you're like me. This one doesn't, and it tastes like actual mayo. It doesn't taste like low-fat mayo, so I really like that, and that's what I always mix into my tuna. This salad dressing I have all the time. It's so good. If you can get a low-fat honey mustard dressing, then you should, because it's delicious. Balsamic dressing. When we're cooking chicken, we will use a 1-calorie spray. Sometimes I will cook with olive oils. Next up is my snack food. So I don't actually eat a ton of snacks. I usually try to stay full from my meals. I'm not opposed to having a snack if I am hungry or like I need to go longer between my meals. But these are the things that I tend to default to. So I really like having granola bars, the low-calorie classic kind. These ones are caramel, really yummy, filling. I also really like Nutri-Grain bars, and sometimes I will have this between my breakfast and my lunch. Another thing I've been having often is rice cakes, which is kind of like an old school fitnessy type food, but I actually really like it, with some peanut butter on top and some banana or like berries and a drizzle of honey. Or actually I got this agave syrup. I want to try that. I've never tried agave before. I tried low sugar jam in the UK, but it's literally disgusting. We just have the regular kind. Good old bananas. So sometimes I will just have a banana, especially to throw in my bag to go to the gym. I actually got this from Becky. She always has a banana. It's actually really funny. Oh, and here's another snack. I don't really crave savory snacks that often, but if I do, then I like to have some of these. just before I move on to the fresh produce, I wanted to briefly mention my frozen stuff. Get frozen fruit for smoothies because it saves you having to add ice, and I just like them nice and cold. This time I got blueberries. I had these peach ones to show you guys, and I meant to get strawberry, but I completely forgot. Moving on to the best for last, the fresh produce. My favorite part of getting groceries is the fresh fruit and veggies. It literally makes me so happy. Look how pretty it is. It just looks so yummy. It just makes me feel healthy. If you guys don't like fresh fruit or vegetables, I actually feel really sad for you. Okay, so I already talked about the bananas. I have mentioned to you guys in a previous video that I do have celery juice. It has definitely changed my life in terms of my digestive health. I make celery, apple, ginger, and mint juice. I think this is the key ingredient. Ginger is like a commonly known to help with nausea. I love kiwi. Kiwis are super healthy. The seeds have tons of nutrients in them. I'm pretty sure one of that is vitamin E. I got some lemons to put in water and just for cooking, lime for making guacamole. I love peaches, especially when they're in seasons. I got some mangoes. Ironically, I'm actually allergic to mangoes, so I have to control how much mango I eat. Just like makes my throat itchy, which is probably not good. Also got some spinach. This is great for smoothies. I love cucumber salads. It's got electrolytes in it, so it's great for hydration, and it's really mild tasting if you are new to having greens. We got some green beans, also very mild flavor. Tender stem broccoli. Prefer this over the regular broccoli. I feel like it has less of that intense broccoli flavor. Tomatoes. I like to have these for salads, sandwiches, pico, avocado, and I like to make homemade guacamole probably like once a week. I have onions. These are mostly for cooking and guacamole. I got coriander or cilantro, and this I use to put in pico, guac, and other salads. Last but not least, my berries. Always have berries. I love snacking on them. I love them for breakfast. They're super healthy for you. I just finished editing this video, and that is a very long, in-depth grocery haul, so hopefully you guys liked it. Hopefully you didn't mind. Please give me a like if you did. It really helps me, and it also lets me know that you like these type of food videos. Throughout this video, I did mention a bunch of the meals that I've been making recently, so if you guys want to see any one of those in particular, then just let me know in the comments. The next video I'll be recording, and the next one you'll see, is a full day of eating, which is exciting because you'll actually see how I take this food and make it into actual prepared meals. I'm really excited to make this video because I'm working with HelloFresh again for one of the meals that you guys will see, and I love it because I've worked with them in the past and I got so many good ideas from trying the new recipes, so look out for that. That video is going to be up next week, so don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification. And if you guys have any other ideas for any future videos that you'd like to see, let me know. I think that's it. Thanks for watching. Bye!